Hi, I'm Wendy Brookman from Nacho. I'm here at Parliament House this evening for the budget release, and we are lucky enough to be joined by Tony Bartone, who is the Minister for he's the Australian Medical Association President. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, Wendy.
Can you share what your thoughts are about the budget that's just been released?
So there's a number of good health measures tonight in the budget. The investment in for STI and the NRHD vaccine initiatives are obviously very welcome, but overall the investment is a long way short of the investment required that we need to close the gap. This is a missed opportunity when it comes to addressing the issues that is closing the gap and the departure or the falling behind even further from where we were even as little as a year ago.
And were you shocked at the budget that was given towards things like closing the gap?
Look, as I said, it's a missed opportunity. It really we've had the structural framework to really invest in what we know to be genuinely good health policy investments in this space. As I said, NRHD vaccine, really great example of what we can do. It's really going to make significant potential for significant game-changing developments in this space in the years to come. But we know that really there's been substantially a freeze on investment over the years in this space, and what we need to see is a capacity building in investment, a real increase in investment that allows for that capacity building infrastructure and program sustainability to really address the underlying drivers that are really not addressing the closing the gap strategy.
So would you think from this budget that's just been released, are services getting enough funding? Obviously, ARCHOs are delivering comprehensive healthcare. Do you feel like they're going to be getting enough funding?
Well, at this point in time, we're really now about to enter the election cycle, and we will be putting more pressure, more focus on an increase in investment in this area. For the reasons already outlined, we know we should be doing better. We need to do better to close those gaps that have really been highlighted in the announcements up to date. Nacho is working alongside with the AMA in terms of trying to increase the engagement and the awareness of the importance of investment in this area and the imperative to do so now rather than later.
So obviously one of our big concerns with our ARCHOs is getting doctors into our remote communities, in our AMSs. Do you think that the AMA will be able to help us? Like, why are we not getting doctors?
So in terms of one of the issues really befronting the whole Australian community, rural and regional, is that doctors aren't going into those areas in the need and in the numbers required. There were some measures announced both in the last week and in tonight's budget, which will underpin further training and further incentives to get doctors to join that push into rural and regional Australia. But in terms of AMSs and in terms more of Indigenous health, we need to see more supported programs and innovative funding. Some of the work that we've seen that has flourished is a result of innovative leaders, community leaders being in control of the destiny at a local level. If we recognise the importance of community control and reward that in terms of that investment and allow that to underpin working in a whole multidisciplinary care approach, we can leverage more doctors across more of the community for better outcomes. Absolutely.
And we discussed it last year in the budget about working with, putting Aboriginal health back in Aboriginal hands, and something around those doctors and encouraging it within the community and things like that, getting those initiative programs happening. We really do hope that that's something that's happening. It is disappointing, the budget, with, as you mentioned, about the closing the gap. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention regarding the budget?
Well, the budget is exactly that. It's the budget, but we're now entering an election cycle. We have 6-7 weeks whenever the election is called for. We will know we've got that opportunity to try and address the missed opportunity that is the imperative investment in Indigenous health.
And that's going to be one of the ones that we're really pushing and striving for?
Absolutely. Sorry.
Thank you so much for speaking with us today. Hopefully, in those 6 to 7 weeks, we can see a little bit more of a positive push towards closing the gap, and hopefully we'll be able to chat with you very soon.
It's been my pleasure speaking with you tonight, and exactly that. Let's hope that we can get some more enthusiastic response to the importance and the imperative, the need to invest in this area.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.